Good morning. Today we are in a place familiar to fans of The Simpsons. Yeah, we're in Springfield. I didn't actually know there was a Springfield in Fife, but I found it on Google Maps last night and then saw something quite interesting nearby. Today I'm looking for something quite cool that I found on Google Maps, but I'm not sure how you get there. I've tried a couple of approaches and they've both ended up on dirt tracks or signs that say private keep out. So we're going to go for a wee walk and see how we get on. Hopefully it'll be worth it. We'll find out when we get there. And if not, I can go back over there and look for Bart and Lisa and Homer and the rest of the Simpsons in Springfield. I'm not telling you what it is yet because it's a surprise, and also I don't know if I can find it. We're not far off our usual stomping grounds in Fife, and I did not know there was a place here called Springfield. So there you are, you learn something new every day. It might not be interesting, but it's new. The road we're on gives you a bit of a clue as to what I'm looking for. This road is called Crawford Priory Courtyard, and in front of us there's quite a big building that is not what we're here to see, but I'll show you it when I turn the camera around without giving you a headache with a fast pan. Looking on Google Maps, that building looks much more intact, and it's got two big gas canisters outside, so I'm guessing it's still occupied or used or something. Quite a formidable building, it's quite impressive. Another sign, no parking or turning. Well, I'm walking, so hopefully I'm going to be okay. No idea what that is, but that is really cool. An old stable block, perhaps, judging by the massive carriageway entrance and barking dogs. Oh, this is incredible. It's parking for residents only, so I'm guessing people still live here. I don't know what this is. It might have been part of the Priory at some point. No idea. Well, so far so good. What we are looking for is up here somewhere. There's absolutely no sign of life. I heard some dogs barking a wee bit earlier, but no sign of them now. And De Niro is not with me for this wee part of today's adventure because I think what I'm going to go and see might be a bit unsuitable for greyhounds, but again, we'll find out. And he will definitely be with us later on from your point of view, tomorrow from ours, when the three of us are going to go and walk up a big hill for some nice views, we hope. But I've probably just jinxed it and ensured that it's going to be raining. Oh, now, up in front of me, there's an arch of some sort, and I think I can see a wheelie bin. Now, I didn't think there was any houses up here from old Google. Let's go and find out. I wonder if that building behind us is like agricultural or stable buildings for what was once a big house and a big estate. It might be part of the Priory complex, I don't know. Depends which way the gate in front of me is designed to look impressive. For people coming from this side or people coming from the other side. It's a nice wee place, so nice wee bit of woodland. Right, this is again not what I'm here to see, but wow, look at that. No idea this was even here, but that's a big arch on this end and a big arch on that end, and agricultural buildings, and as I said before, over there a wheelie bin, so possibly people. So I might just shut up now. I'm thinking most of this is ruined, but a bit of it is still somebody's house, because that bit over there looks a bit better kept. So camera away. Over there, is what we're here to see, behind the big fence that's fallen down. And a sign that says keep out. So let's go and see. There is actually. That's very noisy. We'll go around and see if there's a quieter way in that's not right in front of someone's house. It's time to do the wee. If you go into the woods today, you're probably going to look at a priory, which is just over there. But I'm too busy trying not to smack my head off anything. Hey, made it. Oh my wow. Are you guys ready to be impressed? Get a look at that. That is amazing. And as I said before, I had no idea that it was here. Plenty of holes in the fence, which is going to come in quite handy quite shortly. I think good job I didn't bring the greyhound, because he wouldn't be very good at getting in there, I don't think. There are many holes in the fence and well-established paths inside, so I don't think it's going to be too secure. Let's go inside for a wee look. That is our chosen hole. Just got to watch the barbed wire, and right, wish me luck without ripping my hoodie. Let's try and get a jaunty angle on me doing this, just for artistic effect. Oops, there we go. We are through. Yay! This is an incredible old building. It's not a tourist attraction, it's just a proper ruin. A lot of these had their roofs taken off, so families didn't have to pay tax on them. I don't know if that's happened here, but it's certainly roofless. Right, shall we go in? I think you already know the answer to that one. Big windows and massive walls and stuff. This is really cool. Somebody's even put some little steps there for the old and sticky like me to get in. let's have a wee look what's inside. Da, da, da. And yeah, there's an old radiator, a cast iron radiator, lat and plaster walls, lots and lots of birdies. Over there, some chimneys. This is amazing. I am not very often speechless. Well, thankfully I'm not speechless today. That's a silly thing to say. I'm still speaking. What's in here? Light on. Got the wee light on the camera. Let's see if we can see. Look at that. Wow, that is cool. Yes, loving this quite a lot. Right, let's go back outside and see what other exciting things there are to find in here. This on the ground is why it's not very greyhound friendly for sure. I am stumbling about like a bit of an idiot, but there's lots of wood panelling and stuff still in situ as well. Yeah, this was good. Thank you very much, Google. Up the big pile of rubble and rubbish and stuff, which takes us up to here. There's another wee dark and mysterious hole, which might have been a stairwell. There's the way out. Oh no, it's not the way out into the back garden. It's the way out into another large part of the building. There's some really cool chimneys that we saw a wee bit earlier. And yeah, I'm guessing this is more of the sort of sacred end, the chapel end of the priory. I do wonder where all this rubble and stuff has come from. Upper levels collapsing in, or wall up there collapsing down. Don't know. Let's head down this way to the there's a flight of stairs, which is not looking like a flight of stairs anymore. And there's probably birds that are going to fly out and scare the poop out of me. Whoops! If I don't fall down the hole first. Look at that. That is. I don't think I'm quite brave enough to go up that flight of stairs there, but that's a flight of stairs there. There's a really cool old fireplace. And look at this, there's still tiles left on the hearth. And oh man, this is just amazing. Down there is a pit. I'm not going down into the pit, but we will go round the other side of this and see what's up here. There's look at the tiles. Just oh man, this is so cool. I wonder when this place fell into disuse. I will have to find out. And then out the back there is another bit of building and more rubble and more walls and stuff. So that's the way up the spiral staircase. I don't even get up. I think it's probably going to be too slippy. Let's have a da-da-da. Right, that's far enough. Oh, there's some steps when you get to there. And then there's a balcony up there, which hasn't fallen down yet. But knowing my luck, although looking at the footprints, there have been people up here. So let's go. So there's an old window that we're looking out of, obviously. And down into yet another part of this building. This complex is huge. It goes all the way over there. Sorry, this is going to be a bit of a rambling episode of me exploring, but hey-ho. I'm now trusting that the handrail and the cast iron stairs are all suitably structural. I'm not going to go... well, let's see. I keep saying that and I keep doing it. Definitely not going down that way. There's our stairs, and we are now on a balcony that's got a tree growing out of it, of all things. Okay, I think this is not been disturbed by many people for quite... right. Not going down that way either. That's the way we just came in. I wonder what this place was like when it was actually in use. There's still roof beams and everything here. This is amazing, and it's only about 20 minutes from home. Who'd have thunk? Have I actually told you it's called Crawford Priory? I think I might have. If I haven't, then I have now. Look at the door frame and all the woodwork. I'm surprised that's still here. That's got to have some sort of reclamation or recycling value. And it's not been abandoned for overly long because they've got electrics. There's an old light switch. And there's the spiral staircase back down to from whence we just came. I'm now going to try and get down here without falling flat on my, that thing that I've got a habit of falling flat on. It's okay up here because there are actually steps, but as you get further down, it's just mud. So yeah, wish me luck. I am definitely, I think, going to probably fall down here. Yeah, we're fine. We'll make it down. We're not going to die today. And I do hope they don't find this camera. And that was my last words. I use the phrase lat and plaster a lot. Oh, that wall's got wallpaper on it. Sorry, sidetracked. Anyway, I use the phrase lat and plaster. That is lats, those wooden bits, and the plaster is obviously plaster. So that was an old method of construction. There's more really cool. I love this place. Through here into what would have been 3 stories with a fireplace there, and a fireplace there, and then the chimneys. So cool. Not even going to try and guess what all these rooms were for, but there's an awful lot of rooms here. Right, let's keep going along this way. There are, as I said before, very well established paths inside this building, so people do frequent it. That's the way we've just been up the top of that bit over there and down those stairs, and then we've come through into this next room, and again it's just amazing. Lots and lots of pipework, I'm guessing from an old heating system. And over there's some big bay windows, again with tiles and stuff still intact. You see those three things? I wonder if that's the back of like thrones or very important people's chairs, because it looks like it's in front of the window. Anybody know? Anybody know much about ecclesiastical design? Because I know a bit, but not enough. I bet in the history of YouTube, very few people have asked their viewers, does anybody know much about ecclesiastical design? Right, back into... Right, this is just... I'm just wandering about aimlessly now. This is the back of that wall with the big chimneys on it. The little inset cubbyhole cupboard things are still over there. And this place would have been, as I've said before, and we'll probably say again, incredible. Incredible, but not very greyhound friendly. I thought that other face we were on was like the front face of the building, but then you come around here and that looks quite formidable as well. And that's just one little wing of it. There's that wing over there too. That's basically where we came in. It's away over in that corner. I hear voices over there somewhere, but I can't see anybody yet, so I'm going to keep going. They might just be out walking dogs or stuff. I don't think it's the go-away brigade. That's now at the extreme end of the building, I guess. That's the bay windows we saw from the inside. You get the idea. It's very pretty. And look at that bits up there. That's quite intricate as well. I think we might call this episode something to do with priories, like Priory Engagement or something clever like that. The problem with clever titles is nobody gets them and nobody watches. So we might just call it Coolest Undiscovered Deadly Dangerous Ruin in the World Anywhere. It is amazing, and it is scary, and it is deadly. Oh, and haunted. It's got to say haunted as well, apparently. Let's keep heading around this way through the trees. At one point this would probably have been very, very nicely manicured gardens. Two things going through my head. When it was a priory, I wonder where they buried their dead. And when it was a priory, I wonder where the bottle dump was. It's interesting to see a building that, although obviously it's in a bit of a ruinous state, you wouldn't say it was completely beyond repair. It's all, stonework is fairly intact. Lots of internal fixings are, well, not in situ, but the place where they are is still okay. But I guess that would cost millions and millions, and who's got that sort of money these days, and who would need it? Moving on around the outside, because why not? This is anything interesting in there, apart from trees and the walls and beams and a mysterious wee door over there as well. Lots and lots of mysterious wee doors here. We do like a mysterious wee door. Most of what we've seen so far has been stone built, but there's a pile of bricks there that must have fallen down from somewhere on high. You see that round thing there? That's like a font or something, or part of an architectural detail that has collapsed. You had enough yet? I think you probably have. Let's go and find something else to have a wee look at. Hopefully it'll be as cool as this, but somehow I doubt it. Lots and lots of what was up on the top of this building is now down on the ground here, so I better watch my footing and not fall over. And I think that has brought us right around back to where we started at the first arch. I'm now behind a fence that I can't probably get through, but yeah, I think we've come right round back to the start where we first saw the, what have I found? I can't really read most of this, a lot of it is gone. It says died 7-year-old. The favourite roe deer of George Earl of Crawford. The favourite roe deer? Is that his daughter, or is that actually a memorial to a deer? Is that what he called his daughter? I don't know. Oh no, his favourite, Lindsay something Daly, yada 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 yada, Mary 1812. So there you are, that's quite a cool wee find, isn't it? It's been fixed to the wall with a stick there. That's cool. And you're in the middle of a field talking to yourself and somebody walks past. You sound like a bit of a nutter. Ah, look at this. People have actually done a proper job of tying the barbed wire out the way. So let's go back through the front bit again. Just came through the fence and bumped into a large group of people out for a walk. And one of them told me that building actually burnt down in the 1950s. So up until the 1950s, it was probably intact and in use. But after it burnt down, probably too expensive to fix, I would guess. So we've got some beautiful sunlight and an old ruin. So I'm now trying to find somewhere to launch the drone, but there are quite a lot of trees about. So I'm heading over this way in the hope of a flat spot with clear skies. Whilst tripping over that, a big stone obelisk. I think Let's see if we can figure out what this might have been, apart from a big stone. Oh, it's an old gatepost, because there's a thing there, and there's another one there. So that is, yeah, that's quite a big gatepost. Right, I've done some Googling, I've got some drone footage to waffle over, so here's your wee bit of history. Back in its heyday, Crawford Priory looked like this, but today, as you've just seen, it looks a little bit more like this, which is still, I think, quite impressive. The house was built in the mid-1700s as a family home, and then extensively remodelled by Lady Mary in the early 1800s, and it was this remodelling that led to the building being called Crawford Priory, because it was never actually a priory, it was just remodelled in the Gothic ecclesiastical style. The building was actually inhabited up until the 1960s, but since then it's been abandoned and left to its fate. There have been various attempts to demolish it and various campaigns to save it, and at the moment it's in a bit of a state of limbo. Hopefully it'll get resolved soon. That is definitely the sort of thing that the wee drone was made for. It's just, it looks not bad from ground level, but when you see it from up there, that is a big complex. Really, really impressive. Oh wow, it's Bexy's favourite flower, and spring is coming, because there are the first snowdrops that I've seen anywhere on my explores this year. Well, I came here for an interesting aside. It was not intended to be a big explore, because I didn't know what was here, but this is now one of my favourite places in Fife. Right, time to head back down into Springfield and see what, if anything, we're going to do next. Heading back down towards the car, I thought I could hear running water, and I can't. It's a nice wee weird down there. We're just taking a shortcut through this little forest, and it'll take us back to where I parked, hopefully. Or I might get lost, which is always a possibility. No Daisy today. Meet Katie. Her registration number starts KT, so what else was I going to call her? Well, through that magic of television that we keep talking about, it's now a few days later and several degrees colder. The place we've just been, that you really enjoyed, I hope that big house is just over there. But where we are going is up there to find something related. Well, hopefully find. I found a reference to a thing on Wikipedia, and then found the place where it was supposed to be on Google Maps. So I'm putting two not entirely reputable sources together. Or not entirely reliable all the time. I don't mean reputable, you know what I mean. Anyway, we're going into these woods for a look round. And again, I was going to bring De Niro, because I know you all prefer looking at him to listening to me, but I wasn't sure what this was going to be like. I might bring him next time if it's good. I don't think he minds. Greyhounds aren't overly keen on extreme cold, and it is extremely cold. Yes, extremely cold by Scottish standards, but still extremely cold. But also extremely pretty, so I suppose that is the trade-off. It is beautifully clear, blue skies, sunshine, etc. This area where I'm walking through at the moment is obviously a farm, and it was once part of the Crawford estate. It could still be owned by Crawford Estates, I'm not sure. Remember, Crawford Priory, Crawford family, Crawford money, basically. Can I say again, it is a very, very nice day. I would have actually been here earlier today, but Katie had a problem, the car, because when I tried to turn corners there was a terrible sort of funny vibration feeling coming back through the steering column, which I thought, oh dear, that's not good. After much research, I found out I'd fitted new mats, and the mat was catching on the thing that goes from the steering wheel. It took me longer than I want to admit to find that. Who was paying attention to your wee bit of history? What was the name of the lady that was responsible for remodelling that house? Don't worry, you don't have to rewind. It was Lady Mary Lindsay Crawford. And this thing we're going up to is called Lady Mary's Wood, which is not a coincidence. The only issue being that what I'm looking for is in there somewhere. It's a small thing, and it's quite a big wood, so this could be the proverbial needle in a haystack, which will of course make for scintillating television. But at least again, there are quite well established paths, so hopefully I will find what I am looking for, and if not, I'll just have to think of something else. Honestly, I have no idea where the thing what we're looking for is actually located. There's not much of a clue. I'm thinking it might be on the Crawford Priory side of these woods, which means I'll have to try and get up that way. This could go horribly wrong again. Right, let's head for the highest point, which is up here, from where I'm guessing what we'll see is a lot more trees. Funny that, what with us being in the woods and all. I was hoping this would be padded out quite a lot for lots and lots of exploring. But I've just walked up that wee hill, come up the bit down there, just to prove that it's in real time. There's where I was just talking to you 2 minutes ago. That's 2 minutes from my point of view, probably 30 seconds from yours. And look, in the middle of these woods there is a construction. Let's go and have a look. I will be very pleasantly surprised if this is what I actually came up here to see, because it is quite a big woods. I was wondering how long I'd be wandering about for. And there it is. So this wall is just like a retaining wall, and that up there is, well, what do you think it might be? Once upon a time, it would have had nice views of the Priory, which is down there. There's another wee clue as to what this might be. Now, all we've got to do is find our way in without stopping to look at fallen over trees to look for evidence of any bottles or stuff. Okay, that's probably unlikely on top of a big hill, but you never know. So that's it. That is the Crawford family crypt. And the last person to be interred in there was Lady Mary. It's been broken into and vandalised and stuff, obviously, but it's still quite an impressive building. Especially if you don't know it's here, you'd never find it. You'd have to assume that the Crawford family are no longer in residence, that the bodies have all been moved somewhere else. I don't know, I couldn't find out. I could only find out little bits and pieces about this. There's the odd little entry, but not a great deal. And it once had a fairly impressive wall all the way around that we've seen bits of, and this would have been the gate, which has been narrowed at some point. But if we go down these steps, without falling over and banging my head, yeah, that's quite an impressive wall. That would be, I suppose, okay for keeping people out back when the youth still had respect for the people that were buried in there, and yeah. Now, probably not so much. It's interesting that the gateway's been sort of made narrower at some point as well. Actually, that would have been better if I'd shown you that while I was saying it instead of showing you me. It looks like it would have been something quite impressive when it was actually built. I'm guessing it would have been faced with the stone the whole way around. A lot of that has gone. In fact, it's lying down there. And there is the back view. I'm kind of hoping for a wee hole you can stick your head through for a look, but I don't think there's going to be one. I think it's all been sealed up. The Wikipedia entry does say that it was breached and vandalised, but there you get an idea of how impressive it would have been. Lots and lots of very nice carvings like there are down on the house. And there's a bit that's been filled in quite recently. That might have been the breach to which they were referring. And then there's a tiny little hole there, but you can't see anything through. And if anybody sees an eyeball looking back at us, well, you won't, because if an eyeball was looking back at us, I would be back down that hill so quickly that my feet would hardly touch the ground. Okay, I'll say what you're probably all thinking. After the wonders and splendours of the house, that is a bit disappointing. But that is the last resting place of Lady Mary, without whom that house would not have looked the way it does. And I am absolutely not going to climb on top of the vault. Absolutely not. Definitely not. And I mean it this time, I'm not. Definitely not coming up here to see if there are any holes in the roof, because there aren't, so that would be a waste of time. Nice place for a picnic though. If I'd brought a picnic, I would have a picnic, but I didn't. What you do see from up here actually is that the place is built out of just rubble and faced in stone, so the rubble must be quite thick. I guess that was, as with the ancient Egyptians, to keep tomb robbers out. And if you're wondering how thick the stonework actually is, it is enough to support, I would guess that'll be several tons of tree up there. Okay, might have climbed up on top of it a bit. Don't tell anyone. So, if Crawford Priory is a hidden gem, then that is a hidden gem, even more hidden than the hidden gem. It is a hidden square. Oh, shut up, you're now gibbering. Somewhat tantalisingly, if you look on Google Maps at their record of this place, somebody is standing in this corner looking through. I'm guessing that hole is actually very recently filled in. I wonder if it was open when that photograph was taken. Unfortunately, it's very, very sealed up now. I'm actually a bit disappointed. Slightly morbidly, I'm wondering if there's still anybody inside that, but I'm guessing not. The family are still quite well-to-do, so I'm assuming they would all have been moved somewhere else. And somewhere up in those trees, there's a crow that just made me poop myself because it sounded like somebody shouting and a dog barking. A very talented crow, it does impressions. Scotland is full of wee things like this, things that you never know about until you stumble across them, or these days find them on Google Maps. It's not on the tourist trail, but it's worth a visit, I suppose. If you're visiting the Priory, you could spin across and take a walk up here as well, just to complete your Lady Mary bingo card. Well, that was supposed to be a long explore that took ages. It actually took all of about 5 minutes, so I'll have to go now and find you something else to look at. Because I'm near Cooper, I'm definitely not going back to see if that shop has got any reduced Lego yet. That shop that I went to last week before, I can't remember, one of the videos. They reckon that Mausoleum, and by they I mean Wikipedia, was actually inaugurated for the guy that had the house down the bottom built, and Lady Mary was actually the last person to be interred in it, and after she was interred it was all sealed up, so Interesting to know if she's still there. If she is, hello Lady Mary, nice to see your wee eternal house. One of the industries that the family had their finger in the pie of, so to speak, was lime. So there's a lime kiln and a lime mine near here somewhere. And as we found that bit up there far too easily, we're now going to try and make life a bit more difficult by looking for the lime kiln and the lime mine. It took me a few attempts to say that. Lime kiln and lime mine, lime kiln, you know what I mean. But unfortunately, that is something for another day. So this is a, yeah, to be continued.